Okay, I'm here with my colleagues in Cavan here today, Gerard Duignan from Clinical Engineering and the aide on from the Medical Service and the PMS Manager on the wall. So I'll just give an outline. I'll just give an outline of the project, and then I particularly want to get to our clinical colleagues to give us some feedback on it. So I'll just step you through the project for the moment. Okay. Next slide, boss. Okay, all right, that line is, as you know, you're probably familiar with the early warning score that was implemented in 2013 by the HSE. The purpose was the early identification of clinically deteriorating patients, together with reducing the average length of stay within the hospital. So this is an excellent clinical care management tool, but it also generated some risk around in the use of it, in relation to the amount of errors that can be incorporated in it, because it was a manual system. So here you can see the news error rate was up at 45% based on a study carried out with the QAV division within the HSE, and a very poor compliance with escalation protocols. That was a study done through the QAV in the HSE. Next slide, please. Oh, and you can see now the reason why that there's a significant amount of errors. You know, you're familiar with the early warning score chart that has to be populated manually and calculated. So it's just reverts back to human error. So hence the percentage of error rates. Okay, next slide. One more. Sorry, Ross, that was just a repeat. One more. Yeah. Okay, so this presented an opportunity to improve safety outcomes, productivity, and compliance. They give us an opportunity to look at integrating the Irish National Early Warning Scores with our vital signs monitoring, which our clinical staff use on the wards. It allows us to capture vital sign records electronically, automated calculation of news, and that's the key one, where we have automated calculation of news taken from our vital signs, and it provides us with a reduction in news error rates of less than 1%. That's based on studies where this is used elsewhere. It also allows us to integrate a range of hospital information systems, including Medalist, NIMS, IPIMS, drug management systems, and e-healthcare architecture. So we're looking at, okay, we're an entry level, but we intend to look at integrating a lot of platforms into this system. Next slide, Ross, please. So within the project itself, the National Medical Device Office, I work in the National Medical Device Office, so this supported it together with the RCSI group to support a pilot project within Cavan to capture electronically vital signs data with integration with the Hospital Integrated Patient Management System, IPIMS. Also to provide an automated calculation of the National Early Warning Score, provide associated displayed escalation protocols at the bedside and centrally at the nurse's station, and in a digital representation of observation charts. So that was an important factor too, that we can present this at the nurse's station at a central station level and have a digitized representation of the observation charts. And also it helps our office, the National Medical Device Office, to inform specific needs and issues of middleware and delivery of medical device connectivity for electronic healthcare records in the health service. Okay, next slide, please. So just as a background, the software that we're using in conjunction with our vital signs system is from a company called SyncroPhi, and it's called KEWS Software. This is a software product which is deployed in a hospital setting at point of care. It's designed to remove the issues associated with paper EWS records, as we outlined previously there. It's an important aspect too. It's a medically approved software that is configured to reflect the standard observation chart in use in hospitals, and the graphical user interface is designed to ease accurate and efficient data entry and review. So we adopted the KEWS software system as a selected software platform for the integration pilot in Cavan on the hospital. Okay, next slide, please. So the baseline, we were delighted with the support of the Innovation Hub Ireland. I take it most of you are familiar with them. They look at different innovations and assist with pilot projects, etc., and technology within the health service. So they came on board and they did a baseline assessment for us. So they reviewed over 500 plus news paper-based observations in Cavan in the hospital and calculated the associated error risk. And this is reflected right across the health service now, so it's not specific to a particular hospital. So you can see that the error rate was identified as 69% of errors were identified based on manually populating the early warning score system. With type 2 errors representing 60% of those errors. Type 2 are important to the intervention of interventional and clinical outcomes. So that's a quite high error rate. And the error rates are in line with national error rates. So it's not specific to Cavan Hospital. If you did the same study in any other hospital, you'll find that that error would be pretty much on that line. Next slide, Ross, please. So this is and again, it's only a brief introduction. This is the integration system that we're using. We utilize our Welsh Allen Connect Spot monitors, which are available throughout the hospital. It'll be vital signs monitor where we measure non-invasive blood pressure, SpO2, and temperature. Then we use a WOW, which is integrated with the vital signs monitor and a computer system with a keyboard and a barcode scanner. And then we also have at the nurses station, we've got a central reporting display at the nurses station which displays a traffic light patient priority alert status on all the patients on the ward. Okay, next slide, please, Ross. So I'm just going to hand over to my clinical colleagues here. I'll give you some of the feedback from the actual pilot project from a clinical perspective on the benefits and maybe some of the difficulties around that. There's a little version of this Ross, but we just run with what it is at the moment. Basically, the new version of the slide was first 5 points on one slide and the next 5 on the other. So I'll just hand over to my clinical colleagues to step you through the feedback.
Hello everybody, my name is Caroline O'Reilly. I'm the medical aide on in Cavan General Hospital, so I'm the voice of the nurses here really. So the first thing we found about this system is that all of our staff really have found it excellent initiative and that it's very easy to use. It took them a little bit of time to get used to it, but it's really well welcomed now. They're loving it. We have found that it has improved the accuracy and efficiency of our EWS scores, especially with things like handwriting, which is no longer an issue. Our nursing metrics is our goal in nursing, and it has improved them no end. We were failing on use of the 24-hour clock, and obviously our metrics have now improved dramatically because this system has taken that over for us. It supports and assists the staff to comply with the National Early Warning Scores protocols by giving them prompts with the open content on the EWS score. Easy access to the data. The central station is frequently used in the mornings by the doctors. They can look at the obs for the patient for the hour beforehand, and then they can take that to the bedside to see the patients. GDPR has improved 100% because nothing is held at the bottom of the patient's beds, and all the observations are recorded electronically and they are secure. All of the staff members can sit anywhere on the ward to write up their nursing notes, and they are secure and accurate in the observations that they're documenting. The biggest probably thing for the nurses at the minute is it saves time because they no longer need to manually fill in or write parameters, and they don't need to calculate them either because this system does it all for them. So paper-based is gone and everything's done for them, and they're no longer looking through big chunks notes to get things, so it's all at hand. Easy access for the consultants for the ward rounds because they can bring this on the ward rounds with them if needed. And all of the staff on medical too are using the digital records. Consultants, doctors, nurses, healthcare assistants, and all members of the team have basically taken it on board, and they love the new system. Thank you.
All right, everyone, that's pretty much where we are now. The system was rolled out. I kind of oversaw the implementation of it on the ward with regard to training and changing the workflows. The nurses gripped it with both hands, like there's no trouble at all getting them to adopt it. They loved it from the second we read it on to the ward. The software provider has been excellent, first class, serious support. Really exciting on where we're going with it. no matter what we put to them, they're very excited to work with us with other systems like Medlist. We have some integration with them as it stands. We're also looking at RIS in radiology and the drug ordering system for pharmacy. Single sign-on is going to be a thing we'll have to overcome. It's something that we're looking forward to, a challenge ahead, but one I'm sure we'll overcome and be able to manage and integrate with all the other systems. But it's definitely the way through the Citrix storefront is definitely the way we'll have to go to integrate. Thanks very much.
Okay, Ross, just next slide, please. Okay, so the next steps, okay, and we're very fortunate we've got the support now of Martin's team with respect to moving this to a national demonstrator site, and we're also fortunate to have support of the National Medical Device Office because we have a significant investment to make with respect to the technology we're going to put in place. So that's the National Medical Device Office will support that on the basis of our replacing our existing event size monitors and the valves, etc. So we have the support of the Martin's team. We also support of the RCSI Hospital Group and of course Cavan Monaghan Hospital here. And I'm really looking forward to progressing this project. And I have no doubt that this is going to be a significant benefit, not just for this hospital, but it should be really looked at for rollout right across the acute service. And of course, we'll be linking with our colleagues at Tala who mentioned the pilot, and we'll link with our colleagues there. And also, with respect to the project in Cork, the respiratory sensor, we will be looking at integrating that with the back science as part of the overall hospital rollout. So that's where we're at the moment. So thank you very much for your time, folks, and look forward to implement this throughout the hospital as a national demonstrator site.